Aquaba. Yeah. Waking up in Ghana, this was my view. Yes, it doesn't look like Canary Wharf with tall buildings, but for me, this is what I call home. How did I get here during the lockdown without the wahala and the stress? Well, that would be lying if I said there weren't any. Thinking about maybe leaving the country and going somewhere like Ghana? Let me tell you one word. Drama, 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 drama. Only if you don't put in the right steps and follow the correct procedure. And I'm about to walk you through them step by step. Stay tuned. Kiss from this dimple. Kiss from this dimple. Equia Dimples, I am signing in. Hi family, I know the setup looks very different today because I am not home. Should I say home? I mean, I am not in the UK because I am actually home at last, right in Ghana. And I know I'm just beaming, like literally my smile is just, anyway, I can't wipe the smile off my face, but I'm just going to go straight to the point today because this video is going to be a very educational one. If you want to go to Ghana during this pandemic, I mean, there are a lot of steps and procedures. Even if you miss one, there's a big chance you may even get refused to get on your flight, or you're going to be sleeping at the airport overnight. So make sure you stay tuned and follow these steps right down to a T. The number one thing that you need to be aware of during this pandemic is getting tested, your PCR test. So a requirement from the Ghana government is you need to do a PCR test 72 hours before you land in Ghana. So you need to make sure you get that test. Over in the UK, there are so many centers that are testing us. However, some are very pricey, some are not. But through research, I managed to get the plug. I managed to find one place that does it for so cheap, for as cheap as £95. I know £95 isn't cheap, but within the big stratosphere and the wealth of centers that you can attend to get tested, this is a very decent price, and that price is only offered to people traveling to Ghana. So they have a discount if you are traveling to Ghana, and it's £95. They are basically based in Norwich. They give tests to different pharmacies in London. The nearest one for us was in Thornton Heath in Croydon. So I'm going to leave the link below in the description because honestly, they were amazing. If I tell you this whole trip was just full of drama, it was full of drama. First of all, we were supposed to fly out late November, almost December. But because the COVID pandemic just sprung on us out of nowhere, we had to literally 3 days book our flights for the Wednesday because the lockdown starts on a Thursday. That's where the drama was, and that's where the panic started. But this Norwich company, honestly, they were amazing. We were supposed to leave UK on the Wednesday. We booked for the test on Monday. So we called them on a Sunday night. We booked for Monday, 4 o'clock. My goodness, we got there were queues outside the pharmacy. Long story short, it meant the tests get picked up daily to be sent to Norwich to be actually tested. We missed the pickup. So when we got tested, that day's samples had been sent off already. So it meant our results were not going to come on the Tuesday in time for our Wednesday flights in the morning. But our results were going to come out on Wednesday. Panic settled in. We called them. We were freaking out. But guess what? They sent a courier to come all the way to London to get the stuff to Norwich for our lab results to be ready in time for our flights on Wednesday. Honestly, there's a woman called Amanda. I don't know if she's gonna see this. Wherever you are, Amanda, she was amazing. The company were really good, honestly. They were so accommodating of everything. So I'm going to leave their link below. If you are in the UK, give them a ring. Find a test center for yourself because it's only £95. Other places we called to try to use were like £250, £300. I mean, people are making cash money over this pandemic testing and everything. So the link will be below. I'm not being sponsored for this by them, by the way. This is just me sharing what I've learned along the way. So it's up to you. You might find something else closer to you, but we were willing to drive all the way to Croydon just to get that good, affordable price, considering how much we had to pay extra to move our flights forward. So that was number one. Get your PCR test 72 hours before you land in Ghana. Requirement number two, you need to fill in a health declaration form, okay? This form can be found in the description box. I've put a link there for you. You need to fill it in declaring any illnesses, and have you got fever, have you got temperature, have you got a headache, have you got a cough, you know, those questions that they want to suss you out if you've got this thing, you know. In this video, I don't want to say the name of the virus. They want you to fill in that questionnaire and declare you haven't got symptoms of this thing, you know what I mean? So guys, make sure you go and fill in your health declaration form. When you arrive in Ghana, I think the form is available. However, if you don't do it online, be ready for the queue. You're going to be like just literally overwhelmed with forms and questions from people. Have you filled it in? Why have you not? Just to avoid stress, to avoid wahala. Auntie, please fill it in online before you go. Uncle, please fill it in online before you step foot on that flight, and you will save yourself time, you will save yourself wahala, you will save yourself stress. Matiana. Right, let's move on. Requirement number 3, guys, you need to make sure you pay for this thing test, okay, for Ghana. So first of all, you do the test in the UK, which was requirement number 1, even before you board the flight. However, when you get to Ghana, you have to get tested again. I know. Nana Kufuado, what are you doing, please? Why are you making us do this test twice within the same 72 hours time frame? Let me tell you why. It's because you have to pay $150, guys. So you have to pay for that even before you get on your flight. You can pay for it when you land in Ghana, but again, if you don't want wahala, you don't want stress, you make sure you pay for it before you board your flight. And again, I'll put the link to their website where you can pay for it. But Nana Kufuado, I mean, I'm not going to get political here. I don't hate him. I actually like the man. Do you get what I mean? But he's charging us $150. Knowing fully we are required to do the test in UK and pay for that as well. Traveling to Ghana right now is expensive. But if, like me, you don't want to live in UK and catch this thing, then you just have to cough up the money and just cut your losses and get yourself down here, okay? But it's very expensive, so pay for it online beforehand to save yourself the stress, the time, the headache, and everything else. You'll be much more organized doing these 3 things before you land in Ghana. Whew! Man, not crying me, I've spoken so much. So guys, after we did all these 3 things, this is even before we jumped on the flight to come to Ghana. Nice journey, you know. Right, so we have done all these 3 requirements. Now I'm going to walk you through how the whole journey was, because sometimes it's worth knowing what to expect. So first, got up. So we arrived at Heathrow Airport to check in. The queues were very long. Thank goodness we arrived in time. We got to Heathrow Airport around, let's say 11, and our flight was at 1. 2 hours before, and even that is kind of quite short. The queue was so long, and you know, I'm not trying to show off or anything. We booked a business class ticket, and even with that, the queue was very long. We had to join the queues regardless of the kind of ticket we booked. So we got to check in, and they asked for the COVID test that we had done in the UK results beforehand. Luckily, we hadn't printed it out. We heard stories that you had to print it out, blah, 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 blah. We had the email on our phone and they accepted it. Bear in mind, guys, when you've booked a business flight, they don't want to give you stress. They're a lot nicer. So they accepted it on our email and we showed them the results, and that was fine. They did all of that before even taking our bags and checking our bags in. So that's how important it is that you do your COVID test in the UK beforehand and have the results ready to show them. Right, so we did that. We checked in everything, went through immigration, all of that. To board the flight, they didn't check the COVID test in the UK or anything else. It was just the usual protocol, passports, boarding pass, all of that, and then we boarded our flight. Very good flight. Funny enough, the last time I was on a BA airline, maybe that's another story time for another time, another day. So before we boarded the flight, we were given a sheet by British Airlines that told us these 3 requirements I just showed you. So if you hadn't done it before boarding the flight, you now know that you needed the Ghana Health Questionnaire and everything else. So BA, very good, gave us a sheet to make sure. We were even late with filling our form in, but many people were able to do it just before takeoff. So they were there on their phones just filling in the health questionnaire. So BA gave us that prompt as well. And that sheet is there, bing, on the screen. okay? The flight was actually really smooth this time round. It was a very packed flight because it was that Wednesday, and this thing lockdown was starting on Thursday in UK. So I can imagine everybody was leaving the UK, so it was a very packed flight. However, we arrived smoothly in Ghana. No delays, no nothing. We arrived, we walked out the flight, and then immediately we were met with queues. Bearing in mind, we were on business, so not many people had left the flight. However, there was still queues because other airlines had arrived at the same time, KLM, all of that. So there were queues, and you know, here's a video of what the site looks like. Right, so as you can see, you know, it was moving, but it was only one person standing there checking people's passports and taking you in if you had done the test. It was one guy, one person. Ghana airport, come on, nipa bako energy now checking, because they were checking to make sure you had paid for your test or your name came up that you had filled in your health declaration form. That's how important it is. We had only walked about for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and they were already checking it. Because if you didn't have it, you are just going to cry because you wouldn't know what to do. But you know what? Big up to the Ghana airport, because they had these stands. It looks a bit like an ATM machine that you could fill in the health declaration form there. So imagine how many people were trying to use it. You don't want that kind of wahala. Please do it online beforehand. Okay, so Nipa Bakono was the one that was checking everyone in, making sure your name popped up on the screen, either using your surname or by using your passport number that you filled in your questionnaire and paid for your COVID test. Lucky enough, we were traveling with children, so they just go, oh, mothering babies, mothers with babies, fathers with babies. They moved us out of the queue and we were fast forward to the front. A lot of people were angry, why are they moving forward, why are they being moved? But I just had to tell one man, excuse me, I have babies. Period. And we were able to go forward in the queue. So if you have children, you're traveling, Ghana does consider that. Even in the UK, they didn't think you have babies that come to the front of the queue, but at the Ghana airport, they actually escalated us to the front because we had kids. So after the bearman checked our name and made sure we had paid for the test and done the questionnaire, we moved forward to another stand. And this is where it gets really confusing. There was a stand that took our passports and our boarding pass and then gave it back to us. I don't know what she was checking, but we gave her our stuff anyways, and then put our passports back in the bag. We went to walk, and then there was another stand, a guy behind a computer. I mean, at this point, you know, when you're traveling, you've got kids, you've got so many things on you. The moment you give it to someone, they give it back to you. We put it back in the pouch we had because you don't want to lose anything. But it was like we're getting our passport out. Every 3 steps we take, someone wants to see your passport. Every 2 steps we took, someone wants your name and your details. It was just really stressful at this point. Anyway, we went past the guy with the computer. So at this point, the bearman that was standing holding the queue up had checked. Someone behind the desk with a screen checked our passport and boarding pass. Another bearman behind the computer took it again and checked. I don't know what they're all checking, guys, but I'm all checking, yama. And that's what they're doing. And then finally, we went into a little cubicle. So here's a video for you on how we took the COVID test when we arrived in Ghana. So as you can see in the video I've attached, the test was really quick, you know. They just had the tubey thing up your nostrils, very uncomfortable. You almost feel like sneezing, like anyways. I did mine, hubby did his. It was really quick, honestly. It took less than a minute for the guy to just tilt your head back, share with my name, finish the test, and we left. And then we walked. So from doing the COVID tests, we went through to the usual protocol. So from there, it was quite usual. Went through immigration. Again, immigration had queues, but guess what? Once again, because we had children with us, we were able to fast forward. So again, we escalated, went through immigration to check the passport. That was usual protocols, nice, quick and easy, very friendly people. And then we went for our luggages. Because people had been held up for so long, checking the tests and everything we had done and all these requirements. When we arrived, the luggages had already arrived and they had been, most of them had been moved to the side. It didn't take us very long at all because I'm used to waiting for bags to arrive, but the bags were there. They had been moved to the side. Some were still going around on a conveyor belt, and we were able to just get our stuff. So after this point, this is where there's again a little kiosk just by the door that you exit through, and he then takes your passport, takes your name, and then gives you, I mean, it looks like a receipt, but even receipts are bigger. Small receipt, this big. He slides it into your passport and he hands it back to you and he says, your test results are in there. And he says it in a monotone voice. Let me even say it again. Your results are in the passport. Check it. And at this point, you're like, hey, you feel tense because the voice he says it in is like, yeah, me whoop. What is it? Positive or something? So it just has your temperature on it. It tells you your test results, whether it's negative or positive. And then that's it. You are free to enter Ghana. So finally, through all these procedures, we made it in the motherland. We are happy we are here in Ghana where there is sunshine. I mean, the weather is just nice and hot. The people have smiles on their faces. It's not doom and gloom, and we are not in lockdown. And touch wood, no lockdown will happen in Ghana in Jesus' name. But yeah, we got in our car that came to pick us up, and we made our way home. Long story, but it's important. Can you even hear the akoko? This is what I love about the motherland, you know. Back in touch with nature. Guys, thank you for listening through this video. I hope you've learned something, because honestly, I wish I had something like that I could use to help me know what to expect when traveling during this pandemic to Ghana. Any questions, please feel free to comment below, because I will answer all questions. It's going to help someone, I hope. And yes, the link to the health questionnaire, where to pay for your test in Ghana, and also the phone number for where we went to do our test is also in the description box below. If you are new to this channel, don't be rude, please. Don't take all these facts and information and not subscribe. Yeah, I said it. Subscribe to my channel. Show us some love. We have so much more on this channel. We have couple videos. We have videos about Ghana. We have some career. We have some finance. We have some pranks. If you want to laugh, we have so much. If you want to learn, we have so much. But this video, I hope you felt like you've learned something, okay? My motto in life is I aspire to inspire. You may not have been inspired, but I hope you've been educated and you've learned something today. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. Thank you to my new subscribers also. And I'm saying this in faith because I know you have subscribed. Kiss from this dimple. Kiss from this dimple. Equia Dimples. I am signing out. Dun, 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 dun.